Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. What is up? Top Gang on 123 here once again with another video for you guys. And in today's video, I am doing my very first episode of Hearts of Iron 4 Officer School, where we're not covering just war tactics and military attacks and things like that. What this is going to be is a Hearts of Iron 4 tutorial series showing you guys how not just to beat the enemy, but to fool the enemy at the same time. And that's what this episode is going to cover, is going to be deception, as the title states, and we're going to be covering two really well tactics on here. And one tactic I actually am using is sort of what the US and United Kingdom did to Germany in World War II, and ended up effectively reducing their casualties. People have estimated like in the thousands of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, people were saved from the US and UK armies and Canadian armies. Everybody that basically invaded Normandy has saved a lot of lives. And that's what we're going to be kind of redoing on here for the second part. But let's go ahead and break into the first part of this series. Before we do, though, don't forget, if you enjoy this series, because it's totally brand new and you think I should continue it, please give me your honest opinions in the comment section below if it's any good, if you would like these tactics or not. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. So as you can tell, I've got a lot of generals here and they're all on training. Now, for this first tactic to work, you really need to have the divisions you're going to use to attack people. They need to be very well trained. They need to be well trained to regular status. Now, in case you can't tell, I have a very few panzer divisions in the north and some panzer divisions in the south. No, this is not a pincer attack where you go in and cut the enemy off. This is something totally different. What we're going to do is we've already, I thought we did. We're going to justify war goal against Poland. And sorry for my audio issues. I'm still working on getting the mic to work correctly with this new recording software. So if my audio sounds too loud or too low, it will be better next time, and I apologize. So we've already got war getting ready to go with Poland. And I've got a couple mods on, but they're not that game breaking. And as you can see, they're moving troops. Now, do you notice where the majority of their troops are going? I'll give you a moment, just waiting. And as you can tell, they've put a large amount of troops on the front. They've guarded up here some, but the majority of their troops, it seems, they're trying to stretch them across this long front line. Now, here's what I'm going to show you works extremely well. Now, over here, we can see, since we've got three areas we can attack from. We can attack from Königsberg. We can attack from over here in this area in Hinterpuppen, or Hinterpompern, something. I can't tell. I can't speak German very well. And down here, and I'm not even going to attempt to say that. Now, the AI realizes, okay, this guy's got these divisions ready up here. Now, here's something I love doing. Make sure you have a lot, and I mean a lot of vehicles, a lot of tanks ready with a very good supply line there. And this works almost every time, especially against AI or real players online. Usually if they see infantry up here, they'll send infantry like this to guard them, but if they have any anti-tank units, they're going to move them west where they see these tanks, right? Or at least that's what I would do. I don't know about you, but that's how I always play. And we don't have that many troops up here, to be honest with you, so it really wouldn't be that big of a deal if an individual thought, okay, I'll just put some defensive troops up here against his infantry. Well, what you do is right before you're going to invade, go ahead and assign a battle plan. So I would tell these infantry to attack here. Those are my French border, because I plan for the next part to invade the Soviet Union. These guys are going to go communist like last time when I tried recording. So we've got the first attack plan. Now we're going to do our second little attack, which these are not really that intended to win. I have very low expectancies for these guys to break through in the start. Now, here's the point when this tactic works very well. What you're going to do is, since everybody's trained to their max, you're going to select the extra units that are with these tanks if you have any. Assign them as panzer divisions. Alright? Assign them as panzer divisions. You are then going to attack. Same thing down here. We're going to give these guys up here this guy. But the main part of this plan that's going to be the best part is his divisions are not prepared to fight tanks up here really at all, especially through this area. So this right here, we swap all of Rommel to nothing but panzer divisions. And as you can tell, we have more than enough troops and equipment to attack. After you've got all your divisions swap to Panzer units because they're not really expecting Panzer attacks right now since I've got it paused. The individual was just expecting a few Panzer divisions here, then he was seeing only 6 down there. So that 6 is turned into 13, and this 5 turned into 16, and then Rommel's entire infantry turned into nothing, and I mean nothing but infantry divisions. Or, sorry, Panzer divisions. So now if we attack and put everything on aggressive, because they've all swapped to Panzers and the AI is not expecting it. And like I said, this works very well in multiplayer because individuals really think about it and they notice these kind of things, unlike the AI. As you can tell, look at this breakthrough we're having. It's not really working that great up here. Last time it worked very well. Last time it worked very well. Okay, there we go. Now they're breaking through. It just took them a second. But, yeah, as you can tell, now we're just steamrolling their troops because a lot of the place where they didn't have a lot of them just totally fell because we massively just simply said they thought that they were going to see some infantry units, and then we swapped into Panzers, so they didn't send as many as they needed, and basically that's the first tactic. Just try it in multiplayer. It works very well, trust me. For the second tactic I'm going to be showing you guys, we're going to go ahead and grab a couple of these divisions. We're going to assign them to this guy just to kind of guard our front, because we don't really need Panzer divisions. We're not going to attack. We're just going to do a front line to try to guard ourselves. Let's get... As Germany, we only start out with 10 infantry, or 10 naval invasion slots. So that's where this number is coming from. So, let's go ahead and show you guys this. Now for our next tactic here. We are going to do what I said the Allies did in World War II to fool Germany into basically, well, saving a massive amount of their troops. They tricked Germany and they saved a lot, and I do mean a lot of troops. So first off, we're going to let the Russians go ahead and mass all their troops on the border here. And let's see if we got any tanks in here. Yeah, those are fine. We're just going to go ahead and mass our troops here. Let all the Russians come over here so you can see what I'm going to be showing you guys here in a second. I'm just going to wait until they mass on the border. Oh, I didn't even declare war. I apologize. Alright, so justify war goal. And as you can see, those numbers are starting to go up now. So let's go ahead and actually declare war. And they're probably going to call France in soon. Alright, so as you can tell, they are sending a massive, and I mean massive, amount of troops to that front line right now. Huge amount of divisions. They've got at least about 110 to 120 some divisions, I'd say, at this point. So now would be the perfect time when they get most of their divisions up here and ready to do the second tactic that I was explaining. When you get war declared on you from another player, you will actually tell that they are attacking you. It will actually specifically say, hey, this individual, I'm just doing this to keep the Russians back right now, I'm sorry, and so it doesn't kill my production here. Basically, back to what I was saying. So this is the perfect time when they have all their troops massed at the front and they're trying to attack. Like, as you can see right now, they're trying to attack, but they're losing, thankfully. Now, this is perfect. This is what I'm talking about. It will tell you, hey, this individual is doing a naval invasion. I just didn't catch it in time. So, now that we know they were doing a naval invasion, after we defeat them, here's what we do. So, you need naval superiority in these places that you are going to plan on doing this tactic, but you'll understand once I show it to you why it's so good. Alright, since we're German, we get 10 naval invasion slots. So what I'm going to do is, my real plan is to invade from the north and march our way down south, okay? That's my main plan right now. So I'm going to send a couple different panzer divisions, or at least make him think I'm planning a decently sized naval invasion in over here in Leningrad. Yet we're going to have 2 more divisions. It works great if you're the United States or if you're a country that has a lot of naval divisions, because you can do this anywhere. You can actually assign and tell them that you're about to attack here, and it will tell them, hey, you're about to be invaded here. You know, all these different kind of cool things. And then for the last one, we'll tell them that we're going to attack here. And our real plan is going to be to invade in the north. So we're going to give it a second here and let all these troops get ready, and then we'll come back to the video. Alright guys, I'm sorry, but basically what ended up happening was this division could not actually make it all the way up there. But basically, I'm sure you guys get the idea. What I would have done is these divisions down here, I'm about to show you right now. We have naval supremacy, so we are going to go ahead and invade up here. But they're going to have infantry divisions or some type of defense divisions they've probably put in these areas. Or at least usually if they have the divisions available, they will put them here. And what you can end up doing is once they pull their divisions back and actually believe, okay, we're likely about to get invaded in these places. This works great against the United States if you actually have a base nearby, like in Cuba, to start launching that invasion. They think in Washington, Philadelphia, Boston, New York, places like that. They'll start putting a lot of those divisions up there. And then if you put a small one, like with a few guys towards Miami, usually like 50% of the time you'll encounter very little resistance, and I mean very little, in the southern United States. And the same thing works for any large country that would take a long time to get their divisions back. It works great with Brazil, for example, because if you're planning to want to capture Rio, you would put a small naval invasion of like 4 or 5 guys down here in Rio Grande do Sul. And then the rest of them you would probably tell to invade Rio de Janeiro, invade from the north, and all these other places up here mostly. And they would move most of their troops up there while keeping some of them down here to defend. And basically, that's the point of the video, those main topics. Now, I know it wasn't anything crazy great to explain. I'm sorry, that's just kind of the best explanation of these plans I could really get. I just want to corner those guys. There we go. And, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So, like I explained, the main 2 things you want to do is as follows. 1, mass divisions that you want to attack with in strategic areas, such as I did with the tanks, where I put them in Danzig, or next to Danzig in Poland, but I had them as infantry, had the equipment available, have the resources available to transport it, the equipment, and get it there quickly. So your infrastructure, and then just instantly swap it and then start the invasion as soon as humanly possible. And that way it pretty much tricks the individual into not really reinforcing that area as much as they should against tanks, compared to, especially if they have a few anti-tank divisions or even a couple tank divisions, they're probably going to go to the front line, not some northern part of the sector that could easily fall within like a few days or something. See, the Russians are moving south. I think it's because I'm actually gaining land very quickly, and that's why they didn't do anything. Because last time when I filmed this, I wasn't attacking, and they had 5 or 6 divisions in Leningrad. I'll actually show you a clip of the video, but that's pretty much it, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did and think we should continue on this series of tactics, and maybe we'll even mess around with division loadouts and things for different countries, and see what will work with that. But let me know in the comment section below if you think we should continue this series, or if we should just drop it where it is and continue on with something else. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and stay awesome, and I will see you guys next time.